Good morning, children. We'll continue with Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. I hope you were able to understand the last session. Now, the script will be given to you. You can follow in your scripts. So, in the beginning, we heard Antonio, Salarino, and Salanio discussing the Antonio's sadness. Antonio, Salarino, and Salarino, they were discussing why Antonio was sad. After that, other friends of Antonio will come on the stage and these friends will leave. So, here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman. Bassanio is a relative and close friend of Antonio. Gratiano and Lorenzo fare well. We leave you now with better company. Better friends have come, so we are leaving. That is Salanio and Salarino. They leave the stage. Salarino, I would have stayed till I had made you merry. I would have remained here till I had changed Antonio's sad mood and made him happy. We are told that Antonio is very sad in the beginning of the play. So Salarino says, I would have remained here and made you happy, but friends who are closer to you have come. If worthier friends had not prevented me. I am leaving because closer friends, friends whom you love much more have come. They are much more worthy friends have come, and so I am prevented from changing your sad mood. I would have stayed till I had made you merry if worthier friends had not prevented me. So Antonio's worthier friends have come and Salarino says he is going to leave. Your worth is very dear in my regard. Antonio speaking. You are as dear to me as all my other friends. Your worth is very dear to me. I take it your own business calls on you. You are leaving because you have your own work to do. But for me, all my friends are equally loved and equally worthy. I take it your own business calls on you and you embrace the occasion to depart. You are making use of this opportunity, this chance to leave because you have other work to do. Not because worthier friends have come to keep me company. Enter Bassanio, Lorenzo and Gratiano. Bassanio, Lorenzo and Gratiano are all friends of Antonio. And Antonio is very close to Bassanio, who is his relative. Good morrow, my good lords. They are thus greeting each other. Good signors both. When shall we laugh? Say when. We are all friends. Let us get together and make ourselves happy. You grow exceeding strange. Must it be so? We have become strangers to each other because we have not been able to come together. Must it be so? So, is it necessary that it should be like that? Now we are come together, let us enjoy ourselves. Salarino. We'll make our leisures to attend on yours. We will find some free time when you are free and then we can get together. Enter Salarino and Salanio. Lorenzo. My lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio. So Lorenzo knows that Antonio and Bassanio are very close to each other. And so Lorenzo says, since Bassanio has come and Antonio is here, we too will leave you. We too refers to Lorenzo and Gratiano. So they also plan to leave. But at dinner time, I pray you, have in mind where we must meet. Let us get together at dinner time and let us make merry, enjoy ourselves at dinner time. I will not fail you. So I will keep the promise. Gratiano, you look not well, Signor Antonio. You are not looking well. Not physically, but because there is sadness on his face. You look not well, Signor Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world. You are too much concerned. You are too much thinking about worldly matters. You have too much respect upon the world. They lose it that do buy it with much care. People lose everything if they are very worried about worldly matters. They lose their health, they lose their mind, means their mental abilities are not able to function properly when they are in a sad, preoccupied mood. They lose it that do much, buy it with much care. If you are worried, if you are over anxious about something, it tells on your health, it tells on your mind also. Believe me, you are marvelously changed. So this is, and Graciano is telling Antonio that Antonio has changed very much. Antonio, I hold the world but as the world, Graciano. I am not worried about worldly matters. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one. Now here Graciano says that the whole world is a stage, and the men and women are the actors and actresses on the stage. And in a drama, each one has to play a role, a part. So here in this world, we are men and women, and each of us has his own or her own work to do. I hold the world but as the world, Graciano. I am not worried about worldly matters. A stage where every man must play his part. The world is like a stage where each person has his part to play. Then Graciano replies, let me play the fool. Let me play the fool means let me be always happy. Even if I have to say some things which are not really sensible, I want to be happy. With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come. Wrinkles are folds on the face which people when they grow old they have. So Graciano says he wants to grow old laughing. He wants to enjoy himself. Even though he becomes old, even when he is old, he wants to continue to enjoy himself. And let my liver rather heat with wine, then my heart cool with mortifying groans. Even if I have to drink wine to make myself happy and merry, I will do it, because I don't wish to be sad. I wish this journey of my life to be a happy one, and I wish to be happy always. So I am prepared to drink wine to make myself happy. I don't want to sigh and be sorrowful, then my heart cool with mortifying groans. I don't want to be full of sadness, sighing and being very gloomy, not talkative. So I don't wish to be like that. Why should a man whose blood is warm within, why should a young man who is very active, energetic, why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster? Grandsire is the grandfather. Alabaster is marble, a kind of marble which is used for making statues. So Graciano says, a young man will not remain inactive, will not remain without talking, will not remain gloomy and silent, because he is young, he is active, he is energetic. He will not be like the statue of his grandfather made out of alabaster. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster, sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice? So it was a Elizabethan belief that people who are gloomy and sad and remain silent without talking, they will develop this disease of jaundice, which is a disease of the liver. Sleep when he wakes. Even when he is awake, he is in a very gloomy, sad, sleepy mood. Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice. So slowly, if a person is unhappy, sad, he will develop this disease, jaundice. Sleep when he wakes and creep into the jaundice by being peevish. Peevish means gloomy, sad. So he does not wish to be sad or gloomy. It was, I told you, the Elizabethan belief that people who are sad and gloomy will develop the disease called jaundice. So peevish means gloomy, sad. I tell thee what, Antonio, I love thee. And it is my love that speaks, because I am your friend. Because I love you, I am giving you this advice. I love thee and it is my love that speaks. There are a sort of men whose visages do cream and mantle like a standing pond. Standing pond is a stagnant pool. There is no movement in the water. So people who are sad and gloomy, there are a sort of men, there are a certain type of men whose visages, whose faces do cream and mantle like a standing pool. When you look at the faces of these people who are sad and gloomy, there is no expression, there is no happiness, there is no smile on their face. So their faces are like a stagnant pond. A standing pond is a stagnant pool. And do a willful stillness entertain. They purposely remain silent. Willful means purposely, intentionally. And do a willful stillness entertain. They want to be quiet, they want to be silent, they want to be sad. Why? With purpose to be dressed in an opinion. They are sad and gloomy because they want other people to think that they are wise. They want other people to have a good opinion of them. With purpose to be dressed in an opinion of wisdom, gravity and profound conceit. So these people remain silent because they want to have a reputation for being wise, for being serious, for being deep in thought. Profound conceit means always thoughtful, always thinking. So why are these some people sad and gloomy? Because they want other people to have a good opinion of them, to have a good reputation, that they are very serious, that they are always deep in thought and always thinking. And who should say, I am Sir Oracle? Such people will think that they are oracle, that is the voice of the gods. Oracle is the Greek voice of the gods and it cannot go wrong. People have great respect for this oracle because the oracle tells them the truth. So these people who are gloomy and sad think that they are the Greek oracle. They are the voice of the gods. And who should say, I am Sir Oracle? And when I open my lips, let no dog bark. When I speak something, that is, I refers to these serious, gloomy people. When they are talking, let no dog bark. Others should remain silent. Notice he uses the word dog for others to show his contempt. When I open my lips, let no dog bark. So when these wise and serious people talk, others should remain silent. Oh my Antonio, I do know of these. I know such kind of people who are sad and gloomy, that therefore only are reputed wise. People think that they are wise. These sad, gloomy people, they remain silent so that others may think they are wise, but they are not really wise. Oh my Antonio, I do know of these. These mean such kind of people, that therefore only are reputed wise. They only have the reputation of being wise, they are not really wise. Because for saying nothing, because they don't open their mouth, they are not talkative. So other people might think that they are wise for saying nothing, when I am very sure if they should speak. If such gloomy, silent people, if they should talk anything, if they should speak, would almost damn their ears, which hearing them would call their brothers fools. No, if such people open their mouths to talk anything, they will talk such nonsense that other people listening to them will call them fools. Other people listening to them will call